Virginity. La virginidad.
When I read it, I was like, "What? What's going on?"
Have you heard about this? Did you know about this? They venden pastillas, píldoras. They sell pills to fake, the fact that you just lost your virginity. To show. So you put it inside yourself when you are having sex, to convince the guy that it's your first time. Que es tu primera vez. This is a thing.
I wasn't shocked when I read it.
Did you know this?
What? no,
sabía,
it's
¿no?
First time. No.
This is true. They sell it on Amazon.
That's
crazy.
crazy.
On Amazon.
On Amazon, yes,
Who would want to
yes.
take that off Amazon? You would die.
They sell it. Look.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Píldora, sangre, sangre virginidad. Because I looked it up. At least on the US, they do sell it. No, this is not in Spain, but I did see this in the US side or something. But anyway, you can buy it. It's something. It's a thing. They sell it, so it's just pills that you put inside. And also, there's another thing which is fake hymens. The thing from the inside in the vagina.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So they sell that, so like a fake one, so that you can put inside to convince the men that it's your first time.
That is the fact that things like that can come in handy is like so fucked up.
Yeah. They do this. Also, a lot of for example, I read about this, and they say that Muslim men, los musulmanes aprecian mucho la virginidad en las mujeres. They appreciate virginity in women a lot, Muslims. So that's why they say that this is a huge market for Muslim women, para las mujeres musulmanas. So, ¿qué pensáis de esto? ¿Qué piensas de esto, Maggie? What's your take on this?
With all due respect to Islamic religion.
Yeah, sure.
I think it's really, really fucked up that some women might need this. Sometimes, like, I don't know, to me it's because virginity is such it's a concept. And to me it literally means like nothing, because no one really ever cared if I was a virgin or not. I didn't give a shit. So like, for the fact that this is still important now in like 2023.
Yeah, for some people it is. Yeah, for some
like,
men
it's something. I don't know, the idea of like being pure and all of that. Virginity, I don't think it has something to do with being pure and being like.
What's the take in Russia about this? Like, do you feel like Russian men appreciate doing it for the first time with a woman a lot, or is something, or they don't care?
I think it changes with time, fortunately. But it's still like, I think in every culture it's like this, but in Russia it's normal to say, for example, for a guy, like, look, like I fuck like 30 girls, and everyone would say like, oh cool bro, and like if girls says it, it's like, ooh, you like whore, whatever. And this is shit, because it's like, no, we live in 2023 and that's why it can't happen. But this is, you can't trust anyone with these kind of things.
Of course, yeah.
Like, oof.
I would not have the energy to like put that pill up
to
inside.
buy it.
Like I would like you buy it and then the whole process of like setting that up.
I know in some countries. I know in some countries. They stitch it after. For example, if a girl lost virginity, they stitch it again.
Oh yeah. I read.
This is like
that's a thing, right? It's like a surgery, no?
Yeah,
es como
surgery.
cirugía, no?
Yeah.
Can you explain that? Like,
it's like if a girl like lost virginity, they can stitch you again. So in order like to pretend that you didn't have anything.
You didn't have anything.
Yeah, and it's like
But how does like stitching makes it tighter, no?
Yeah.
Isn't that for like women when they gave birth? Also. And I think it's called there's something like that, and you kind of like add one more stitch to make the vagina tighter, so it feels better.
that was
a name. That's called the husband stitch. But really? I didn't know about.
Yeah, they do that, like, but that's like in African countries and stuff, I think, no? Mostly.
I don't know. I've heard a lot of that.
It's like because they stitch up a little bit of the vagina so that the man feels more pleasure with the girl, because obviously it's tighter. But I read about that, especially in African countries, because African countries, they have this old mindset, treating women still like objects, and all that kind of thing. And they do it like in tribes and stuff like that. But in the first world, I didn't see too much about that. Y mira, esto es otra cosa que sobre el tema de virginity que tenía aquí, que es, mira, a ver qué pensáis de esto. Mira, esto es de una survey que se hicieron, te voy a poner aquí para que la gente lo vea. Esto es de una survey que se hizo a un total de 12,000 adults between 18 and 49 years old. Y dice que globally 38% of adults between 18 and 24 are virgins globally in the world. And they say that Malaysians and people from Singapore, 84% in this age range are still virgins. So mostly it's the people from Asia. So apparently people in Asia, young people, most of them are still virgins. But in the US and in Europe, that changes a lot. Like in the US, it's 53%, so like half of these people in this age range are still virgins. So I don't know. I just want to bring this up, like to give you like an idea of what's like the statistics say about virginity. In your opinion, like what's like the average age like that you think that guys lose their virginity and girls lose their virginity? Los chicos y las chicas. Both sex.
I would say in France it would be when you enter high school, which is like 15 to 16, sometimes 14 if you're feeling a little
spicy, no?
A little spicy.
Yeah, okay.
For both, I think, for both boys and girls.
Yeah, I read that in French. It's like, really?
But I know that your culture is very open in this, so like our culture is closed.
In Russia, when is the average age in Russia?
No, I think 18.
In 18,
18, yeah. 14 is like whoosh, babies.
Yeah, 14 is actually it's really young, and a lot of people think it's young. It's just I think most people do it between like 15, like in high school time, so it's like 15, 16, 17. But we don't, as long as you don't get pregnant, we don't really care what age you lose your virginity. And a lot of people, they're like, it's like the one thing they think about in school is like who fucks who, what.
Yeah. Yeah,
like, I don't know. It's a big deal.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a big deal for the younger you are, the most big deal it becomes, right?